So from your assertion, you don't think a travel agent can make or break an airline?
It's very hard.
It's
It's
very
very
hard.
hard to do. It's very hard to do that.
Okay.
Unless
All right.
unless worldwide travel agent may decide.
Unless the
Not
whole
to do that.
travel agency.
Whole.
Okay.
Ahmed, I'm sure you are okay with my reply.
Ahmed.
I am somehow okay with his reply. Certainly, the airline is a bigger body than the travel agent itself. But you see, in the aviation industry or in business, there are other people who will probably attest to what I'm saying. There is no agent breaking an airline or an airline breaking an agent. It's a win-win situation. If the agents decide, or the airline rather decides, to go alone on their sales, leaving the travel agents out, like it's happening now with most of the airlines because of the post-COVID, I can say, consequences. It will be very difficult for the airline to maintain a certain level of I can say a volume of sales for a long time, because they cannot do it alone without the travel agent. How many people will walk to an airline office to buy a ticket? You see, let me put a little example here. If an airline decides to have a standoff with travel agents, as my brother from Sadhguru was saying, they will have to have a standoff with every agency in the country. Who is going to sell for them?
Okay.
I can, if I'm a passenger, I can get to the airline office. But if I walk to a travel agency and the travel agents, I don't want to mention a particular airline for me not to be using them as an example, but let's say X airline.
Yeah, just generalize.
I want to fly to Dubai on X airline, and then I get to my preferred travel agent who's been offering me visa services, hotel bookings, and everything, and I tell him, and there are no seats on Emirates. Now I have mentioned the name Emirates now, but I can put you on this flight because it is cheaper. You transit, you know they have a short transit time. You save $300 on your fare. Certainly, I can convince the passenger. I may not be able to convince every passenger, but I know I can convince the major number of passengers to sit on that airline. So the travel agent plays a very big role in the industry. If we don't have a role to play, I don't think airlines would have accepted us as their partners from the beginning. So it's always a win-win situation. It's not I don't see agents grouping to break an airline. I don't see an airline that wants to have any standoff with agents. There may be some I can say differences, some different approaches from here and there, but at the end of it is the win-win partnership that will prevail.
Oh, okay. So according to you, it's a win-win situation.
Yes.
The travel agents cannot decide whether to make the airline or break the airline.
Yeah, it is a win-win.
It's a win-win situation.
Because the airline knows that they have to continue with the travel agent, and the travel agent knows that his daily bread depends on that airline flying.
Oh, okay. Okay, so airline knows they have to engage travel agents. Travel agents knows the daily bread comes
It's like
from
a wife and husband. There is always a problem, but you know that you have to live together.
Okay, okay. Madam Alberta, do you want to add something to it?
Yes. As an association, like we the travel agents, when we come together, we can break the airline. Because I've heard about it, and it has happened in Nigeria before.
Okay.
You know, the way the airlines can just come into Ghana and then they will just do their feasibility checks and then come and impose things on us in Ghana. It doesn't happen in any other country.
Okay.
Do you understand? So like, for instance, in Nigeria, I understand one day BA did something, they are usuals. Then you'll be there, they will just send you an email without even consulting, without coming together, as Ahmed is saying, that we are partners, but they don't see us to be their partners. Then they will just scrap your commission or just come up with some online fares that is not helpful to us, as agents or travel management companies. So all we have to do let's say if GATA, the Travel Agent Association in Ghana, has the power that the Travel Association in Nigeria has, we should be able to stand our ground to tell them that no, we are not going to accept this. We are not going to dictate this to us. Then in this country or in Ghana, we will be like a standing block to them. They cannot operate, and aviation will back us. What's it called? The organization, let's say the country, the minister for aviation or whosoever it is, they usually back their people back there in Nigeria. That's what I know. So I know that the travel agency, when they come together, they can bring an airline down, that one for sure. Then they have to sit down and then come to terms with whatever need, they need to really look at, and then we'll all make our
to reach an agreement, sort of.
Exactly. They need to meet an agreement and then come back and work with us. If not, I know back there in Nigeria and other countries, he said, no, they'll bring you down.
Okay, so from your view, it is a possibility. Okay.
A possibility. Yeah.
It is a possibility. Okay. Radia.
Yeah.
Radia, welcome back. Hello, Radia. Hello. Hello, Radia.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I was muted. Thank you very much. My network failed me, but I was driving. I just got home now.
Okay. All right. So what we are discussing, someone asked the question.
Yeah.
In regards to the importance that travel agents can play in the aviation industry. And the question that came up was, can the travel agency make or break an airline? So
yeah. Travel agencies cannot make, also cannot break an airline. We are all business partners and we work together. Without an airline, there will be no travel agents. And without a travel agent, the airline work would also be very, very, very tedious for them. People, or sometimes airlines tend to forget the importance of travel agents. But trust me, if you actually do a survey on board a flight, you realize that about 80 to 85% of passengers are all agent sales. Majority of people buy tickets from agents, and agents are supposed to be out of the whole picture. There's going to be a huge sale burden on the airlines. Either a lot of people are going to queue up in airline offices where they have to recruit more sales people or ticketing people, or probably they feel people call sometimes to make to purchase tickets on like do phone orders. And so eventually they will have to recruit lots of people at their call centers and all that. Whatever be the case, travel agents always take out the sales burden from airlines. And there are certain times that airlines are simply not accessible to passengers. It's not every time airlines work. It's not even all the days of the week airlines work. And it's not every hour of the day airlines can be available to passengers. And that is where we come in. That is where our importance is. And agents are also able to compare prices from different airlines for passengers to make the best choice. So like Moontage Travel, our motto or our slogan is, we compare and you save. So when you contact us for tickets, it's not just about asking you for your destination and all that, we just get you fair. We actually do comparisons and give you several options to be able to choose from. These are the services passengers simply cannot get from an airline. Imagine a passenger have to walk to this very airline, go to the other airline, go to about 5 to 6 different airlines just to get the best. But with just one agent, you are able to get all these options to make the best choice for yourself. So obviously, travel agents are very important. There are certain products that we sell that airlines simply will not sell them.
Okay.
Like my colleague were earlier on saying, if somebody needs to travel and needs a whole package, sometimes it's just difficult to get that from an airline. All they do is just to sell their tickets. But we all know that traveling goes beyond just flight tickets. You need your accommodation. If it is a leisure tour or a leisure travel, you need your tour activities package for you and all that. And travel agents, we don't just work with airlines, only work with the hospitality firms, we work with tour operators and all that. And that's where basically our responsibility or our duties come in. So travel agents can't make an airline or make an airline, and we are not in competition with an airline. We work hand in hand. They need us, and we need them in our in the aviation. Sorry, that aviation.
No, I need to be here.
Okay. Is it
Part of the
possible to expatiate on the package? When you say package, what do you mean by package? Can you expatiate on it?
Okay. Like I've always said, tourism is a very complex activity that requires an integrated approach. So you take ticketing, you take accommodation, you take the tour activities, you take visa assistance. No airline would actually take a passenger through a visa process. And visa is one important element in traveling, unless of course you are traveling to a visa-free country. But a travel agent do not actually acquire visas for people. There are some passengers that would one way or the other contact you and tell you, we want to go to Spain, so we just want to get us visa. And they feel they don't have any role to play in it. No, that's not our job. Ours is just to guide you through the process. The right documents to provide, how to fill the application form, and everything else. Submission and everything you have to be involved in it in the process. And definitely airlines cannot provide this kind of services to passengers. And let's ask the main question. If a passenger doesn't have the visa, would the person need even the flight ticket? No. So the flight ticket is always the last stop. So we do all the work in order to bring the clients to the airlines. Because if you don't facilitate the travel arrangements and everything else, and the network that is needed for the passenger, how would the passenger even conclude on the travel and even come to a point of buying flight tickets from the airlines? You get the point.
Okay, so you are the facilitators.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. You've mentioned the package, visa, tickets, hotels. How do you do it? How do you get all these people in the chain together to be able to facilitate travels for clients? I would okay, so I would ask Ahmed. Ahmed can start on that. Ahmed.
Hello, yes?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, if you may repeat the question, how
So,
do we
okay.
facilitate?
So when Radia was speaking, she said that the travel agent brings out the package.
Yes.
The package involves hotel, visa, airlines. What I want to know is, how do you facilitate this? Because looking, what she's saying is that you're sort of like the middleman in the whole chain. But how do you bring together these people to be able to give one package to a client?
Okay, there is two ways of bringing these people in. It's not everyone who is conversant with online. Now you have most of the new generation. I say they search online, they do their bookings online, they look for the offers. If you book a ticket earlier, you book a hotel earlier, then you may save some money somewhere. Now most of us, the travel agents, have our STOs, special tour operators rates with hotels, with tour companies abroad, with car rentals. So I can say in a way we must still be competitive in this area. We offer the integrated service to most of these passengers. like as my sister Radia was mentioning, the visa hotels and then whatever integrated service that we do, which is not available at the airline office. We empower staff. We also spend a lot on training staff, empowering them, and then we create employment in this area also. So we are not a middle person. I don't want to say we are a professional packaging integrated service body that gives a one-stop shop to a traveler.
Okay, thank you. DK, do you have any other words to describe what Ahmed just said?
Regarding the tour packages, how we sell?
Okay, regarding the packages, in the packages, Radia said that you bring about 3 or 4 stakeholders together and then you do a package. So when the client comes to you, the client does not need to go to all these different stakeholders. Everything is with you. You have packaged it. How do you do it?
Okay.
How are you able to bring all these people together to get a package?
See, in packages, our vendors play a very good role. Okay, the type of vendor you can rely on the people who can deliver the job. Let's say like for a hotel, tour packages operator, car rental, airport transfers. These are the people who play a very big role with us. It is not a single man job. It's a combination of the people who define this job very well. If even one of the areas is not doing well, it can mess up the whole package.
Okay.
So it is very important to have a good partner when you are doing a tour packages. Like for us, we have our branches worldwide. So what we get a good support. We are apart from TMC, we are a DMC also, destination management company. So we have branches in 90 countries. In Europe, our head office is based in Dubai. So we have a good vendors where we do business a lot with them, and we have a good service for them. They don't get a chance to complain from our client.
Okay. All right. Alberta, any other words to add up to the question? Yes.
I agree completely with DK. That's the same way we also go about our packages. We make sure the person gets to the destination, whether there are issues, we make sure they get resolved. We have people all over. We work with DMCs as well out there, and we make sure the person get the best out of what we offered or the payment he made to us. Like he gets value for his money. That's
For
what
his
I
money.
mean by that. Yeah.
Okay, so basically what you are all saying is that you can have a package, but you need people out there to help make the package what it has to be, that the client needs to enjoy. So without your people all around the place, the clients cannot have the best of the package, right? Okay, all right. It's now 3:40. I would open the lines for any questions. So we are looking at 3 questions. If you have any questions, kindly raise your hand and then I'll call you to ask your question. But I've seen that Sean Mendes, the COO from Africa World Airlines, is online. So I would give him 2 minutes to tell us his view of what we are doing today. Hello, Sean. Hello, Sean. Hello, Sean.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, you had me on mute.
Sorry. Hi, Sean. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. I've seen your comments.
Yes.
Yes, I've seen your comments in the chats and all that. Is it possible to give us a few words with regards to the topic and what we've learned here today?
I think from an airline perspective, as the agents for the most part have put forward, it's very clear that airlines and agents work in a symbiotic relationship. Certainly, agents bring unique value to the travel supply chain, which airlines are unable to provide. An airline's job is to provide air transportation. A travel agent's job is to bring together all elements of travel, whether that's ticketing, visas, ground transport, hotels, and everything together. And as they've said, create a one-stop shop. And I think the agents who are able to have a diverse range of partners and are able to actually to efficiently anticipate and supply their clients' needs are the ones who will continue to be successful going forward. I think the days of when agents' core business is you just go to an agent to buy a ticket. I think those days are past. I think agents have to evolve, and the successful agents are the ones who are no longer just serving a middleman role, but bringing added value to the supply chain. And you'll see that in the next. I think especially now, as you're seeing the every decade reinvention of the travel business. I think you will see more and more of that, where the agents who are able to bring good value will be the ones who are successful, and the agents who are relying purely on, oh, I will sell tickets and people will come to me, rather than go directly to the supplier, whether that's an airline or a hotel or anyone else. Those are, if the agent fails to evolve to the new generation model, those airlines will fail. Those agents will fail.
Oh, okay. So the agent is no more the middleman, but the agent has to be all over. Has to do a lot of sales, not just to sell tickets.
The agent is not a middleman. The agent is offering a service in their own right, and a good agent is able to market their brand. And I said, we've seen, the panel here for the most part is agents who have developed their agencies as a brand in their own right. I mean, people know what Dodi Travel is, people know what BCT is, people know what Sadhguru is. And, these are agents who, because they've been able to bring value into the supply chain, are known, that people know that, okay, if I need to get tickets, if I'm heading to India for business travel, whatever, Sadhguru is the first stop you would talk to, because he can do your visas, he can do your ground transport arrangements, domestic flights, everything else. Those are the areas he specializes in. And yes, you could do it yourself, but it'll take you time, it'll take you money, and if you're not familiar with the situation, he's actually bringing value to the process. So that is the kind of thing where, as someone said, airlines, it's not the business of airlines to get involved with that. It's the business of the agent. And if you bring a good value, someone will happily pay you to bring that value to you.
Okay. Thank you very much for your contribution. So as we all heard, if you bring good value to your products, people are going to patronize you. I have a question from Karen Wormsley. What's the role of a travel agent during this COVID-19 period? What is the role? Is it role? Karen, is it role or rule? I think he's talking about role. What is the role of a travel agent during this COVID period? Hello, Karen. Hello.
Hi, sorry about that. It's the role of the travel agents during this period.
Okay, so who would like to take that question? The role of the travel agent in this COVID-19 period. Alberta? Hello?
Still on mute.
Yeah, Albie.
Yeah.
Unmute me. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes. The role of
okay.
in this COVID-19 period.
Yeah, before then, Sean said something, so I would like to clarify.
Okay.
He said I'm organizing a cartel
Um,
for, what did he say?
okay, so okay,
Yeah.
so what he said was what you are
Mhm.
describing is known as
Yeah.
cartel activity, also known
Mm.
as organized crime. He would have
Mm.
expected more from someone claiming to be a professional. So I think that he was making a session to the Nigerian travel agents
Yeah.
who could make or break an airline. With, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he did not get me clear, and I would like to emphasize that I was saying, as if you have a travel organization, like an association that can stand together to stand our ground, to go to the airlines to say, no, this thing you are going to, push on us is not going to work in our market. We want it in this way, in this manner. It doesn't mean that I'm an advocate for those cartel, well, the thing he's talking about. This is even the first time I'm hearing it. As an agent, when we come together, form an association, we should be able to stand the airlines. That's what I mean. And I'll still remain, like, I'll stand on that point. And the earlier we understand it, the better. That we need to come together and face realities on the ground. Thank you.
Thank you
It
very
has
much.
nothing to do with my professionalism or not. Sean, I did not like that aspect of your comments. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your clarification. Okay. But would you still want to have a go on the question, the role of the travel agent in this COVID-19? I'll be.
Do you want me to answer that?
Yeah, Ahmed. Yeah, Ahmed.
Okay, it's like, what is the role of the travel agent in the post-COVID, right?
Yes.
Honestly, from my perspective, I don't see us playing a major role in this post-COVID. It's mainly in the hands of the health authorities. Each country has their own, I can say, their own reasons and their own way of handling this. We, the travel agent, will have to adhere strictly to the directives from the respective countries. Whatever measures we take, whatever planning we do, must be based on what the other country will accept. We are the least player that, as a travel agent, we are the least player in this area, because when an airline have their rules and regulations on this, no matter what you plan as a travel agent, you still have to adhere to the regulations by the airline. So the travel agents, in my opinion, at this stage, we are the least player, because we are the last person in the chain who will have to follow rules and regulations there.
Okay, so the travel agency is the last person
That is in
in this
my
pandemic
opinion. Yes,
to follow the rules.
it's mainly a governmental decision on that, which we all, from the top of the pyramid, if you put it that way, to the bottom of it, we all have to follow that instructions.
Okay, from the restrictions from
Because
the government. Yeah.
if it was my wish and in my hands, I wouldn't be home for the past 3 months. I would come and work in my office, but now I cannot even sell a ticket here. So if the
Because
airline
all the
doesn't fly,
borders
I can
are closed, no flights
exactly.
are coming in and
If the
all.
airline doesn't fly, I can't sell. If the countries don't open their borders, the airline cannot fly. If
Yeah.
the hotels are not open, if you fly people there, they cannot stay. They will be on the streets. So it's a chain. It starts. I think it's basically a health issue now. It's more a medical issue than it. No matter what you plan, if it has to conform with their medical restrictions.
Okay, thank you. All right, I see Radia's hand up. Radia.
Yes. During this COVID, I would like to add that as travel agents, we are not just sitting home because we feel there's no work to do. Trust me, I feel this is really the best time for us to prove to our passengers that the services of travel agents are really, really very important. For me, I feel that our passengers that have been stranded abroad in other countries, this is the best time they ever need our services. I'm always in touch with majority of them, trying to change their travel dates and provide them the travel advices that they need during this period, give them information about the border closure and the extensions and all that. There have actually been few passengers who decide to buy flight tickets online, and during this period, they actually saw the importance of a travel agent to an extent where they actually approached travel agents that they didn't even buy the tickets from, just to get certain information, just to get certain services from them. Because ever since airports were shut and borders were closed, most airline offices were also closed. And problem about most people do not really know how to go about doing changes and requesting for refunds and issues like that, because it's self-service. And this COVID has actually provided an opportunity for people to actually see the importance of travel agents.
Okay. So from your assertion, travel agents should not just leave their clients hanging.
No, not at all.
Okay. So we should the agent should still be engaging the clients till this COVID-19 pandemic is over.
Information from us one way or the other.
Okay. All right. So Ahmed, I'll give you just 30 seconds for you to add up to Radius.
Yes, when I mentioned that, it's not that we are running away from our responsibility as a travel agent. When I said that we are the least or the smallest in that chain, means that if we are not okayed by the airline or by the governmental body, we cannot do anything. I did not mean that we should leave our passengers stranded outside. Fine, you provide them with information, but don't let us bite more than what we can chew. Bite more than what we can chew. Because it's a great responsibility. Myself, I have a son who have been stranded abroad for the past 4 months, and I am helpless. I am helpless.
Yes. Okay. You are helpless because the borders are closed.
Exactly.
So until the government removes the restrictions, nothing can be done.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. So Michael, I'll give you the chance to speak, but let's listen to DK. DK has a contribution.
Okay.
Hello, DK.
I'll talk small on Karin's question that what is the role of travel agent in this COVID-19. I know it's a very tough and difficult time for a travel agent, but not from a commercial aspect. I would like to talk about CSR, corporate social responsibilities. A travel agent can engage with an embassy and have a charter operation opportunity. So by this way, we can help the people who are stranded in prospective countries, but it is only depend when we have a good number, because we cannot, a travel agent cannot do a charter for 1 or 2 passengers. So it has to be a connection with the embassies, with the community members, where we can help the people to reach their home, to bring their home also.
Okay. So you can't play a role of commercial activities, but you can do charter.
We should not think about the commercial aspect, but we can think about CSR, corporate social responsibility. We can help the people by doing charter. It is a good opportunity to show who you are, and it's a good time to help people.
Okay. It's a good time to help people in this COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, by doing some charter operation.
By doing some charter operations. Thank you, DK. Operation. Okay.
You're welcome.
All right. So Michael.
Hello.
Hello, Michael.
Hi.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for giving me the platform. I do not intend to bring you back, but I just want to mention something that Alberta touched on. That means the Mendes actually had a challenge with
Okay.
this. Yes, we are being polite with this, but whether we like it or not, we stand as travel agents, we stand as intermediary between client and the airline. Well, I can say even between client and the embassy when we want to offer that service of a visa, you get it?
Okay.
And so we always stand as intermediary and we have to accept that. And so as we are intermediaries, the airline, we sell their product. And so they should be able to give us that hearing. When we are in a country where airlines decide something and they shove it in our throats, then we have to swallow it. Then we go by it. I think, and I stand with Alberta, that we need that voice that will speak for us. It's not about forming a cartel, no, but it's about having an association, an organization that can say that no. In these times, we cannot do this because it is not right for the market. It is not right for the industry.
Okay.
You get my point. We have to, come on, listen. I mean, yes, the agencies there are very big agencies, but we should accept that the fingers are not equal. Someone may be giving you 1,000 tickets in a month. Another may be giving you 1 ticket. But that 1 ticket is equally a sale onto you. So you need to value each and every agent that brings you business. When we say that the agencies, this person is small, so I'm not going to work with that agency. What happens if the bigger agency at that moment decide to sell, let's say, Emirates the whole year or the whole month and doesn't sell you? You would come to me, the small agency, with my small business. Yes, and so
I say okay, all right. So I get where you're going to. So basically, it's not a cartel, but
it's not a cartel.
But you need an association. So my next question is: the travel agency in Ghana, do we have an association? Is there an association for the travel agencies in Ghana?
Well, let me be blunt about this. We have an association that is not speaking for us.
Okay, so you have associations.
That is not speaking for us. That is the simple truth.
Okay, then.
And
all right.
so it's about time.
Okay, Michael. Well, I think we the contributions can keep on coming, but looking at our time, we just have to cut. Something short.
There'll be another time.
Yes, please. So that we have an association. All right, then. Thank you very much. Okay. Fast friends. I mean, our time. We are getting to 4 p.m. So what I would encourage all of us to do is that if you have any questions or contributions, you can put it in the chat, and then I will send it to our panelist or any other person on this platform that you want to direct your questions or contributions to, and then I'll get you answers. But for now, my panelists, please give me 2 minutes concluding remarks with what we have done here today. Before you give me the 2 minutes, let me just read a question. It's a question from VOB, and he was asking if travel agents are visa contractors. Travel agents are visa contractors. If no, then what can be done to stop other agencies from doing so? His question is, are travel agents visa contractors? Okay, so basically the same. Are travel agents visa contractors? That's his question.
I don't think so. We are a visa contractor.
Because
that decision doesn't comes from our side. It is from the embassy and the consular side. Looking at your document, what document you have submitted to get your visa done, and what explanation you have given to travel to that country. We can only support you with the guidance what are the document requirement, travel itinerary, hotel bookings, insurance, and the visa application form. We can only help you to apply, but decisions is through from completely from the embassy to get you the visa. So if
Okay.
somebody is saying we are the visa contractor, we are not. All decisions is from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the embassy. We don't print visa from our office. We only print hotel booking, visa insurance, and tickets. You doesn't
Okay.
print
Okay. So you
anything.
don't give visas, but you
No,
facilitate. You help.
we facilitate with the requirements, documents, and the condition and the fees. That's all. We are not a contractor.
Oh, okay.
Ahmed,
Ahmed, do you want to say something?
you need to mute him, I think.
Okay. Oh,
You need to mute him.
I've unmuted him. Ahmed.
Okay. Yes, I agree. I want to touch on 2 points here.
Okay.
The first point is I want to go back to my brother Michael. You know we are in very trying and difficult times. I understand where Michael, probably Alberta, are coming from. Michael knows very well that I am paying. There is an issue that we do not need to bring here, but most of the travel agents know about it. I am paying a personal price for that because I'm standing by principles of an association. We are paying for the wrong decisions that we have taken. We elected the wrong people in the leather seats.
True.
That is the price for favoritism. We favored some people to sit and speak on our behalf, and now we are paying the price for that. It's like when you vote a politician because he has favored you somewhere, and you have to sit and watch him enjoying for 4 years, and then you are paying the price for that. We must learn from this experience very well. I believe there is a way out of this, and I know Elizabeth, you can play a very good role in this. I will speak to you on it later. I know you can play a very effective role in this.
Thank you,
But
Ahmed.
I do not believe. I always believe in dialogue. I have been out of business in that area for over a week,
Wow.
and I try to be one of the top probably the top selling agents of this product in Kumasi. I've been out of it for 1 week because I just have to set an example for my members, and if you want to put it in simple English, I am not a snitch.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So
So
you are not a snitch. Okay.
so that is there. I believe there is a lot of dialogue. I believe we can sit on one table and then this will be sorted because, as we mentioned earlier, it's a win-win situation. If there's no win-win situation, business will not go on, and we all depend on each other. But we must sit down and speak with all clarity and frankness on the table and put things the way they are. It's a very difficult trying moment for the agent and the airline as a whole. The agent depends on every little commission that he gets, and the airline also wants to save money here and there to sustain their business. If the airline falls, we will fall after the
As
airline.
well.
We will pack and go home. And if the airline makes it, we will also make it. When things were good, the airlines were standing by us. I believe we can stand by them in this trying moment, but they should not try and stand on us. You will
Okay.
stand by us, we will accept it.
Okay. So airlines should not stand on you, but
They will stand by
stand
you,
by
by
you.
us, and we will
Okay.
stand by them certainly. There is a way out for every situation. Now,
Oh,
speaking about my brothers from Sadhguru, that the airline, you were asking me whether the airline are visa contractors.
yeah.
Yes, this is, I've been advocating this for very long. I sit on the regional board
If a
here.
sorry, Ahmed, the question is if a travel agent is a visa contractor,
Yes.
not the airline.
Sorry, yes, the airline is not.
If the
Yes,
travel
the
agent is a
airline,
visa
the
contract.
travel agents and visa contractors. Unfortunately, a lot of them has painted us with this picture here because it was very easy to register a travel agent and get your license, and then people start to dupe others for money. When I see a new travel agent, you have to look at how sustainable it is. If it sustains for the next 3-4 years, that you just brand him as a good travel agent, and you continue. Most of these people shut down from the first or second year. We have a lot of names that have revolved in the industry, and they are nowhere to be found now. Our regulatory body, the Ghana Tourism Authority, I advocate this with them a lot. I sit on their board meetings sometimes here to make sure that we tackle this. We have been advocating a task force. We have been advocating a grading council that will handle all these issues. Even it's not only in the travel industry, it's in the car rental industry, it's in the hotel industry, those who are running the Air2B, the B2B, Airbnb businesses here in Kumasi and Accra and Ghana as a whole. We must make sure that we set up a regulatory body in the tourism industry. GTA, Ghana Tourism Authority, is a regulatory body, but they must step up in the right direction.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for your contribution to that question. Okay, so we have from Kingsley Kelly. He says, best regards from Amadeus to you all. Kindly stay safe in this COVID-19 times. That's from Kingsley. And then from Vera Hinson, she's saying, very good discussion. During this period of COVID-19, it's a good time to define who we are in the value chain of tourism, respect and develop our sectors, airlines, travel agencies, DMC, etc. Okay, I'll be reading the comments as we go along, but to our panelists, kindly give me your 2 minutes concluding remarks. I'll start with Alberta. Concluding remarks, ma'am. Yes. Alberta.
You have refused to give me the opportunity to talk.
All right.
I am not happy.
Don't worry.
But all I can say is I'm concerned. I'm not worried about whatever is going on, but I'm very concerned.
Okay, so give me your remarks and then add your concluding remarks to it as well. Your contribution.
No, time is up.
Okay.
So we have to think about the digitalization of our travel. We need to think about technology. We need to be the one our corporate should trust. You know, after the post-COVID thing, the saga that is going on, the pandemic, we need to make sure we have all the keywords, all the instructive ways to, you know, convince them to come back to us and make them travel again, because there is always light at the end of the tunnel and we will travel again soon. That's all I can say.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, Ahmed, concluding remarks.
The concluding remarks, we want to, let's say, appeal, let's put it that way, appeal as travel agents to all the airlines that are working in this industry, in this country and out of Ghana, because all travel agents share the same common concern, I can say. They are very trying times for everybody in this industry. It's not easy for anyone, and it's not easy for them before it's easy for us. I'm projecting my speech, my plea to the airlines that operate. Everybody knows what we are all going through, but we cannot be the victim. The travel agency is your partner. The travel agent is your backbone. The travel agent is your little brother, if you want to put it that way. You cannot leave your little brother in the middle of the way and walk away. There are solutions to this. I'm happy this topic came. Michael just pop up and brought this topic here nicely. We will find a solution to that, because we all cannot continue like that. The travel agent cannot continue in this manner, and the airline will not continue in this manner. We are partners. We are one family. We will certainly sit together. They should give us that opportunity. There are a lot of wise people who are not troublemakers in this industry. They should sit must all sit down on one table and then see what is best for all of us. After all, there is a piece of cake that is left, and we are all, let's put it that way, in a very simple way. It's left on the table, and we are all hungry. Everyone must take what satisfies him for that little period to sustain, and then things will certainly go to the better. It will change.
Thank you very much.
And as our president put it, this one too shall pass.
It truly shall pass. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much for the opportunity given us. And
You're
I say
welcome.
goodbye to all my brothers and sisters.
Okay, Radia, your concluding remarks, please.
Okay. We are all in very difficult period, and I'll plead that as long as we are there and support the airlines, this is the best time. We also need their support. But let's inform our fellow agents that COVID-19 is going to be a different thing. Post-COVID is going to be a new aviation altogether. Let's get ready to embrace it. We can't be sure of the new pricing system that will come to affect sales and all that. But no matter what that we may face, even if we get back to business eventually, let's always try to identify opportunities in every situation. Let's try to discover or identify new products. As a travel agent, your business is not just limited to sale of tickets or hotel bookings. There are so many opportunities in our industry we need to discover as travel agents. So since right now there's not much workload on us, let's try to have lots of trainings for ourselves and identify the new opportunities for ourselves, so that if one product is not going very well for us, then you know that you have to concentrate on the other products in the tourism chain.
Okay.
So this is the advice I have for all of us.
Okay, thank you. Okay, DK. Hello, DK.
Yes.
Yes, your concluding remarks, please.
Okay. The remark is like we don't have anything to do right now. So what we can do is like we can take such kind of training which will help us into our business to get over from this COVID-19, which can help us to into our business professionalism and some different type of business like medical tourism, and those things can be an addition to into our industry.
Oh, okay. So basically what you guys have said is that you need to train. So the COVID-19 should not be a store shopper.
No.
A showstopper, but you need to train yourself. Right? You need to train yourself so that post-COVID, you can apply the training to your job in terms of professionalism and leadership and communication. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining this panel. Thank you to our audience. Sean Mendes, thank you for your contributions. And Michael, yes. So I think that as Ahmed said, there are some things that are happening in the background and cannot be said today. But as he has spoken as a leader, he's standing by the agents. But the agents and then the airlines need to talk. They have to find a middle ground to meet and then come to a favorable conclusion for all parties involved. We should not say COVID-19 came to Ghana and destabilized our economy, even with regards to our agencies and our airlines. I believe in unity, and I believe that united we stand, divided we fall. If the travel agent plays a role in filling our aircraft or in everything aviation-wise, without the airlines, the travel agents are also not there, then it means that, as he said, it's a win-win situation. A mother and a son. The only thing you can do is communicate. With communication, something good will come out of it. I believe so. Hello, Radia.
Let me, chip in a bit. We can only have an effective communication if we come together to have a strong union in Ghana for travel agents. That's the only way by which we can actually address most of these problems that we have with airlines. So I think it's time we start thinking of putting ourselves together as travel agents in Ghana to have that kind of strong association. This is just the right time for us.
Okay, Radia, when Ahmed was speaking, he said that there is an association. But in that association, it seems that there are issues with leadership. So I would advise that if there are issues with leadership and now you have found that there is a problem, why don't you go back to your leadership? If they are not doing their job, why don't you elect or nominate new people? Because now you need someone strong. You need people who are strong enough to talk on your behalf. Why don't you elect new people? The associations are stronger if the members are.
Our agents have to come together to see the best for ourselves.
Yes, right. Yeah. So okay. So what I'm saying is, as an association is strong,
if we, then we have to just find the best solution for ourselves.
No, okay. So there is nothing like ourselves. Okay. If I believe that if every travel agent wants to stand on his or her own, this problem is not going to be solved. Whatever the problem is, everything can be done if there is unity.
That's what I mean.
Yes. So I would urge that all travel agencies on this platform, wherever they are, find your leaders. If there is really an association for travel agencies, find your leaders. If your leaders are not working, remove them. Elect new ones. You did the elections. Okay. But it shouldn't be that, okay, we've elected the leaders, they are not working, so we are also there. At the end of the day, it's going to affect you, the individual. If you are an individual, a standalone, nothing at the end of the day is still going to happen for you. So I'll urge everyone here today, go back to your leaders. If they are not working, remove them.
Are you asking us to form a stronger cartel?
I mean, seriously.
There's a message. There's a message.
It's not a cartel, seriously. But I believe in good leadership, and I believe that if you are elected to represent the people, you should have a stronger voice to talk for your people.
Yes, allow me to chip in here. Sorry, I was speaking more than other ones because I feel the pinch probably for a longer period of time. I want to speak from the Kumasi perspective. We have been deprived here as travel agents and operators for a very, very, very long time because of the mentality that Ghana is Accra. That mentality will change. It is changing actually. Yeah. It will change. I saw a comment from my brother Gideon Asari at Ansi Travel. Good evening, my good brother Gideon. You see, I said we are paying the price for the wrong choices that we've made in our associations, and this is what my brother is stating here now. It's been run down not because we don't have good leaders. They are very good politicians, but some, and I insist, some of them are selfish leaders, which we have put in their place, and is serving selfish agendas. We must wake up and re-elect our good leaders again. I agree with you. A strong association is not necessarily that we are strong so we will fight. We are strong so we don't want to put fear in an airline that we are strong so we are strong. We are facing you with our strength. We are facing you with wisdom that will have a mutual solution. We both rely on each other. We don't want to scare you with our strength. Myself, I told you, I find out my company out of business for the past 1 week or 10 because I'm holding to the basics that I'm a founding father of an association. They call me the founding father. I am a founding father of an association which my executives are trying to do their best. I don't get involved in the day-to-day running of the association, but a big responsibility falls on me, and I have to set an example always because I see the new generation. I don't see them falling in our same problems. I want them to learn from our problems, capitalize on them, and then transform them to opportunities. If we keep on falling, stumbling before an airline every day, we're not gonna end it there. I told you there is no magic solution to this. It's a simple ABC, but we need to sit and talk. When you meet on a Zoom, You're just expressing your views, the other person is counter-expressing. We need to sit down as brothers, mother and child, call it son and father, and then sort our problems. There is a solution to this, and it's just behind the corner. We just have to go for it. And I know you can play a good role in this. We
Thank
don't
you.
want cartels here. We are strong without a cartel. We are very,
I know, right?
but we will not use our strength to cause I can say to cause any damages to each other. We both want to survive. We both want to sustain.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
I see Gideon's hand up, but Gideon, I'm going to read your contribution. You said there is more politics in the existing association. The manner in which the associations are being run do not make room for even better leadership. As I said, it's the members that make the association, not the executives. Without members, there is no association. So I would urge everyone, go back to your associations, engage your leaders, and I'm hopeful that something great will come out of it. I know the airlines are also waiting for you to hear from you. Meet you halfway. Whatever it is, whatever the problem is, I know there is a middle ground somewhere. So leaders meet with airline leaders and everything will be fine. Post-COVID, our industry will survive because we need everyone in the chain. Thank you very much. Thank you all for joining today. I'm so grateful. I mean, this is the first series and I am encouraged by the numbers, the contributions, and the questions. We are looking at the tour operator in our next series, the tour operator in the growth of the aviation industry. I believe that tourism, without aviation, our tourism industry cannot survive. Aviation plays a very big role in our tourist industry. Look at what COVID has done to us. So our leaders who are in the tourism industry should know that if a plane is not flying into Ghana, you're not gonna get your tourists to visit your tourist site. With this, we need our tour agents as well to bring out the packages. Next week, we are looking at the role the tour operator plays in building tourist destinations via our aviation industry. Thank you, and I hope to see you next week. So bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.